guys, this is Beauty by Nita. Thank you so much for coming back to help you keep your dreams alive and how to look beautiful from the outside in and from the inside out. And today I wanted to talk about how to keep your dream alive when maybe things are not as seen as you would like them to be. Meaning, we always talk about live by faith and not sight, but it can be really hard when we're in the middle of that muckety-muck where we're trying to make our dreams come true and we're striving for goals and maybe they're just not happening. So my t-shirt says, believe, dream, and achieve. And so let's first talk about dream. So you've got to dream big, and you've got to think about, you know what, if God could give you anything in this world, what would it be? What would your dream be? So many times we have actually taught our brains to stop dreaming, and we've taught our brains to only be working towards what the tangible is what we can feel, what we can touch, but we've forgotten to dream. If God were to give you anything that you wanted in this world, what would it be? What would your dream be? So that's the first thing, is you have to figure out what is your dream. The second thing is you need to believe in your dream. Now that is better said than done. It's not that easy to believe in a dream. It's one thing to have a dream, but to believe in a dream means that you believe it's actually going to happen, that it's not just a dream, that it's actually real, that it's going to be tangible. So you've got to believe it. And then once you believe it, you can achieve it. Now, what does achieve mean? Achieve means actually physically working towards that goal. But it's really hard to achieve if you're not believing. So I want to give you some tips on how to continue to believe in your dream, even when things aren't happening the way you would like them to. So one of the first tips that I have in believing in your dream is to visualize it every day. Visualize your dream every day. What does that mean? Visual. That's what it means. In your mind, not just thinking about it, but what does it look like? What does your dream look like? What is the vision? What does it look like? And are you visualizing it every single day? Are you visualizing it in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evening? So you need to visualize it 3 times during the day. So after you've visualized it in the morning, the afternoon, and the evening, now you've got to start taking action towards your dream. Because a dream is always going to be a dream unless you start taking action. And action really is what tells the subconscious brain that you believe it's going to happen, because you're taking action towards those things. So for example, if you're just visualizing but you never actually take action, let's just give the example of getting fit, right? You want to get fit. So you want to have a 6-pack, you want to have biceps, and you want to have like a low percentage of body fat. So you're doing the visualization. You're visualizing in the morning, visualizing in the afternoon, and visualizing in the evening. But guess what? If you're still eating donuts for breakfast, a hamburger for lunch, and pizza for dinner, and you're not exercising, I can almost guarantee you that you're not really believing that your reality or your dream is going to become a reality. Because believing that your dream is going to become a reality means actually taking action towards practical steps that would get you to that place. So it's a combination of action plus belief. And so what are you doing today that would be something small that you could do to take action towards your dream? Maybe it's something like, if we're using the analogy of being fit, it's instead of having donuts, you have a protein shake for breakfast. Instead of having a hamburger, you have chicken salad. Those are things that you're doing that are taking action, because you not only are visualizing, but you're believing enough that you're going to start taking action to start creating those things. So taking action daily. And I suggest doing something small. It's not something big. I think a lot of times the reason people don't achieve their dreams is because they think that their dream is so far away that there's no way that they'll ever achieve it. And so they become what we call the Zoom eekers. Have you ever heard of the Zoom eekers? They go really, really fast and then they eek because they get exhausted and they burn themselves out. And then they decide, no, I really want to go for this again. So they go really, really fast and then they go eek, put on the brakes because they're going too fast and they've burnt themselves out again. So remember, it's slow and steady wins the race. A little bit, something small that you do every day can have a big impact when it comes to reaching your dreams. But if you try to do it all in a week, I can guarantee you're going to get unbalanced. So if you become unbalanced, you're going to get yourself burnt out and you're going to stop towards your goals. So you really want to prevent becoming burnt out. So that's where consistency and doing a little bit every day makes a difference. So the third step towards achieving and believing in your dreams is how to have stamina. Now, stamina is definitely part of this because, as I mentioned, you want to do a little bit every day. Well, how many times do you start on a diet, you start on an exercise program, and you're doing a little bit every day, but you don't see results? And because you don't see results, you think, you know what, this sacrifice is way too big to not see results. I'm frustrated. I'm just going to go back to eating hamburgers for lunch and donuts for breakfast because you don't have the stamina to complete the daily actions you need to complete to reach your goals. So when I talk about stamina, are you giving yourself rewards along the way? Are you celebrating your successes along the way based on your action, not necessarily based on results? Because it might take one person, 2 weeks to start seeing results, where it could take another person 3 months based on the way their body is. It's the same thing with anything that you're building, especially a dream. If you're building a dream and you're taking action, it could take you 3, 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. It could take you a year for you actually to see any kind of real result from something that you're working on, depending on what it is. So are you going to give yourself rewards along the way? If you do, it's going to help keep your stamina, because the body and the mind only want to work for nothing for so long. After a while, it starts to think, you know what? These sacrifices aren't really worth it, and I'm not really gonna, keep doing this for very much longer. That's what the brain's thinking. Of course, the brain's talking to the body, so that the body's also talking to the brain. So it's got a symbiotic thing going on. And so if you give it some rewards along the way, so even if you don't lose any weight, we're just using that particular analogy, it can go with anything, but you did the activity long enough, then you should reward yourself. Wow, I did the activity for 2 months in a row. Even if I don't look any different, I did the activity, so I'm going to reward myself. Not necessarily reward yourself with a donut, but reward yourself with going to get your nails done. Reward yourself with going shopping. Something that is fun for you that the brain can say, yes, I did it. Because we've got to have those dopamine hits to be able to keep the stamina going.